The 1533 John Heywood service to London via Coventry has been delayed. This interlude will be made up of the 4 Ps.
Now, God be here, who keepeth this place?
No idea.
Now, by my faith, I cry you mercy. Of reason I must sue for grace. My rudeness showeth me now so homely, whereof your pardon asked and won, I sue you as courtesy doth me bind to tell this, which shall be begun, in order as may come best in mind. I am a palmer, as ye see, which of my life much part have spent in many a fair and far country, as pilgrims do of good intent. At Jerusalem have I been, before Christ's blessed sepulchre. The Mount of Calvary have I seen, a holy place, you may be sure. To Jehoshaphat and Olivet, on foot, God wot, I went right bare. Many a salt tear did I sweat before this carcass could come there. Yet have I been at Rome also, and gone the stations all a row, St. Peter's shrine and many mo, than if I told all ye do know, except that there be any such that have been there, and diligently have taken heed and marked much, then can they speak as much as I.
There's always one.
Then at the roads also I was, and round about to Amias, at St. Toncumber and St. Trunnion, at St. Botolph and St. Anne of Buxton. On the hills of Armony, where I saw Noah's Ark with Holy Job and St. George in Suffolk, at Waltham and at Walsingham, and at the good rood of Dagenham, at St. Cornelius, at St. James in Gales, and at St. Winifred's Well in Wales, at Our Lady of Boston, at St. Edmund's Burr, and straight to St. Patrick's Purgatory at Redburn, and at the blood of Hales, where pilgrims' pains right much avails, at St. David's, and at St. Denis, at St. Matthew and St. Mark in Venice, at Master John Shawn at Canterbury, the great god of Catwade at King Henry, at St. Saviour's, at Our Lady of Southwell, at Crome, at Willesden, and at Muswell, at St. Richard, and at St. Roch, and at Our Lady that standeth in the oak. To these with other many one devoutly have I prayed and gone, praying to them to pray for me unto the blessed Trinity, by whose prayers and my daily pain I trust the sooner to obtain for my salvation grace and mercy. For be ye sure, I think surely, who seeketh saints to Christ's sake, and namely such as pain do take on foot to punish thy frail body, shall thereby merit more highly than by anything done by man.
Yeah, and when you have gone as far as you can, for all your labour and ghostly intent, you will come home as wise as ye went.
Why, sir, despised ye pilgrimage?
Oh, nay, for God, sir, then did I rage. I think you right well occupied to seek these saints on every side. Also your pain, I not dispraise it. But yet I discommend your wit, and here we go, even so shall ye, if you in this will answer me. I pray you, show what the cause is you went on all these pilgrimages.
Oh, forsooth, this life I did begin to rid the bondage of my sin, for which these saints rehearsed ere this, I have both sought and seen iwis, beseeching them to bear record of all my pain unto the Lord, that giveth all remission upon each man's contrition, and by their good mediation upon mine humble submission, I trust to have in very deed for my soul's health the better speed.
Now is your confession likely to make yourself a fool quickly, for I perceive you would obtain no other thing for all your pain, but only grace your soul to save. Now, mark in this what wit ye have, to seek so far and help so nigh. Even here at home is remedy. For at your door myself doth dwell, who could have saved your soul as well, as all your wide wandering shall do, though ye went thrice to Jericho. Now, since ye might have sped at home, what have ye won by running at Rome?
If this be true that ye have moved, then is my wit indeed reproved. But let us hear first what ye are.
Truly, I am a pardoner.
Truly a pardoner that may be true, but a true pardoner doth not ensue. Right seldom is it seen, or never, that truth and pardoners dwell together. For be your pardons never so great, yet them to enlarge ye will not let, with such lies that oft times, Christ wot, ye seem to have that ye have not. Wherefore I went myself to the self thing in every place, and without feigning, and as much pardon there assuredly as ye can promise me here doubtfully. Howbeit, I think ye do but scoff. But if ye had all the pardon ye speak of, and no whit of pardon granted, in any place where I have haunted, yet of my labour I nothing repent. God hath respect how each time is spent, and as in his knowledge all is regarded, so by his goodness all is rewarded.
By the first part of this last tale, it seemeth ye came of late from the ale. For reason on your side so far doth fail, that ye leave reasoning and begin to rail. Wherein you forgot your own part clearly, for you be as untrue as I. For you may lie by authority, and all that have wandered so far, that no man can be their controller. And where you esteem your labour so much, I say yet again, my pardons be such, that if there were 1,000 souls on a heap, I would bring them to heaven as good cheap. As ye have brought yourself on pilgrimage, in the least quarter of your voyage, which is far this side heaven, by God, there your labour and pardon reside. With small cost and without any pain, these pardons bring them to heaven plain. Give me but a penny or twopence, and as soon as the soul departeth thence, in half an hour or 3/4 at the most, the soul is in heaven with the Holy Ghost.
Send ye any souls to heaven by water?
If we do, sir, what is the matter?
By God, I have a dry soul should thither. I pray you let our souls go to heaven together, so busy you twain be in soul's health. May not a Pothecary come in by stealth? Yes, and I will, by St. Anthony. And by the leave of this company, prove ye false knaves both. There we go.
Oi!
Part of your saying has this, lo, thou, Palmer, by thy travail thinkest heaven to get, and thou, pardoner, by pardons and relics countest no let. To send thine own soul to heaven's shore, and all other whom thou list to procure. If I took an action, then were they blank. For like thieves the knaves rob away my thank, all souls in heaven having relief. Shall they thank your crafts? Nay, thank mine, chief. No soul, ye know, entereth heaven gate, till from the body he be separate. And whom have ye known die honestly without help of the Pothecary?
Who is
Nay, all that cometh to our handling, except ye happen to come to hanging, that way perchance ye shall not miss to go to heaven without a glister, but be ye sure, I would be woe if you should chance to beguile me so. As good to lie with me a night as hang abroad in the moonlight. There is no choice to flee my hand, but, as I said, into the band. Since of our souls the multitude I sent to heaven when all is viewed, who should but I then altogether have think of all their coming thither?
If ye Pothecary killed 1,000 in an hour's space, when come they to heaven dying out of grace?
Huh? With 1,000 pardons about your necks for tide, when come they to heaven if they never died?
Long life after good works indeed doth hinder man's receipt of meed, and death before one duty done may make us think we die too soon. Yet better tarry a thing than have it, than go too soon and vainly crave it.
The longer ye dwell in communication, the less shall ye like this imagination. For ye may perceive, even at the first chop, your tale is trapped in such a stop that at the least ye seem worse than we.
By the mass, I hold us naught all three.
Why, lady, then have I gone wrong? Yet to be here, I thought it long.
Ye have gone wrong no whit. I praise your fortune and your wit that can direct you so discreetly to plant you in this company. Thou a palmer.
Hello.
And thou a pardoner. I apothecary.
And I a peddler.
Now on my faith well watched. Where the devil were we forehatched?
That maketh no matter, since we be matched. I could be merry if that I catch some money for part of the wares in my pack.
What the devil hast thou there at thy back?
What? Dost thou not know that every peddler in all kinds of trifles must be a meddler?
Oh, yes.
Especially in women's triflings. Those use we chiefly above all things, which things to see, if ye be disposed, behold what ware here is disclosed. This here showeth itself in such beauty that each man thinketh it saith, come buy me. Look where yourself can like to be chooser. Yourself can make price. Now I be loser. Is here nothing for my father Palmer? Have ye not a wanton in a corner for all your walking holy places? By Christ, I have heard of a strange cases. Who liveth in love, or love would win, even at this pack he must begin, wherein is right many a proper token, of which by name part shall be spoken. Gloves, pins, combs, glasses unspotted, pomades, hooks, and laces knotted, brooches, rings, and all manner of beads, laces, round and flat, for women's heads, needles, threads, thimbles, shears, and all such knacks. Where lovers be, no such things lacks. Cypress, swathe bands, ribbons and sleeve laces, girls' knives and purses, and pin cases.
You women buy their pin cases of you?
Yea, Pothecary, that they do. I make God avail.
So might I thrive then for my part. I beshrew thy knave's naked art for making my wife's pin case so wide the pins fall out. They cannot abide. Great pins she must have, one or other. If she lose one, she will find another. Wherein I find cause to complain. New pins to her pleasure and to my pain.
Peddler, sir, you seem well seen in women's causes. I pray you tell me, what causeth this, that women, after their arising, be so long in their appareling?
Forsooth, women have many nets, and they be masked in many nets, as frontlets, fillets, partlets, and bracelets. And then their bonnets and their poignets by these lets and nets. The let is such that speed is small when haste is much.
Another cause why they come not forward, which maketh them daily to draw backward. And yet is a thing they cannot forbear, the trimming and pinning up their gear, especially their fiddling, with the tail pin. And when they would have it pricked in, if it chanced to double in the cloth, then they be wood, and sweareth an oath, till it stand right, they will not forsake it. Thus, though it may not, yet would they make it. But be ye sure they do but defer it, for when they would make it, oft times they mar it. But prick them and pin them as nice as you will, and yet they look for pinning still, so that I durst hold with you a joint, ye shall never have them at a full point.
Apothecary, let women's matters pass and mark mine. Whatever their points be, these points be fine. Wherefore, if ye be willing to buy, lay down money. Come, off quickly.
Nay, by my troth, we be like friars. We are but beggars, we be no buyers.
Peddler, sir, you may show your ware for your mind, but I think ye shall no profit find.
Well, though this journey acquit no cost, yet think I not my labour lost. For by the faith of my body, I like full well this company. Up shall this pack, for it is plain I came not hither off again, who may not play one day in a week, may think his thrift is far to seek. Devise what pastime you think best, and make you sure to find me pressed.
Why, Peddler, be ye so universal that you can do whatsoever ye shall?
Sir Pothecary, if ye list for to oppose me, what can I do? Then shall you see.
Then tell me this, Peddler. Are you perfect in drinking?
Perfect in drinking, as may be wished by thinking.
Well, then after your drinking, how fall ye to winking?
Sir, after drinking, while the shot is tinking, some heads be swimming, but mine will be sinking. And upon drinking, my eyes will be pinking. For winking to drinking is always linking.
Well, then, drink and sleep you can well do. But if you were desired thereto, I pray you tell me, can you sing?
Sir, Pothecary, I have some sight in singing.
Yeah, but is your breast anything sweet?
Whatever my breast be, my voice is meat.
That answer showeth you a right singing man. Now, what is your will, good Father Palmer, then?
What helpeth will where is no skill?
And what help if skill where is no will?
For will or skill, what helpeth it, where froward knave be lacking wit? Leave off this curiosity, and who that list, sing after me. We're here because
We're here because we're here because we're here. We're here because we're here because we're here because.
The 1533 service to London has been delayed.
This liketh me well, so mote I thee.
So help me God, it like if not me.
Oh,
Where company is met and well agreed, good pastime doth right well indeed.
Yeah.
But who can sit in dalliance when men sit in such a variance? Oh, and we were set ere ye came in, which strife this Palmer did first begin, alleging that such men as use for love of God and not refuse on foot to go from place to place a pilgrimage calling for grace, shall in that pain with penitence obtain discharge of conscience, comparing that life for the best induction to our endless rest.
Oh.
Upon these words our matter grew, for if he could avow them true, as good to be a gardener as for to be a partner. But when I heard him so far wide, I then approached and replied, saying this, that this indulgence, having the foresaid penitence, dischargeth man of all offence, with much more profit than this pretence. I ask but twopence at the most. I wish this not a very great cost, and from all pain without despair, my soul for to keep even in his chair. And when he dieth, he may be sure to come to heaven even at pleasure.
Yeah.
And more than heaven he cannot get, how far soever he list to jet.
Yeah.
Then is the Palmer's pain more than his wit to walk to heaven since he may sit? Sir, Peddler, as we were in this contention, in came this door apothecary with his invention,
How dare you?
reviling us, himself a-vaunting, that all the souls to heaven ascending are most bound to the apothecary. Ha! Because he helpeth most men to die, before which death he saith indeed, no soul in heaven can have his meed.
why? Do apothecaries kill men?
By God, men say so now and then.
And I thought ye would not have missed to make them live as long as ye list.
As long as we list, nay, as long as they can.
So might we live without you then?
Yea, but yet it is necessary for to have apothecary. For when ye feel your conscience ready, I can send you to heaven quickly.
Oh.
Wherefore, concerning our matter here, above these twain I am best clear. And if ye, Peddler, list to make me so, I am content. You and no mo shall be our judge, as in this case. Which of us three shall take the best place?
I neither will judge the best nor worst. For be ye blessed or be ye cursed, ye know it is no whit my slight to be a judge in matters of weight. It behoveth no peddler nor proctor to take on them judgments as doctors. But if your mind be only set to work for soul health, ye be well met. For each of you somewhat does show that souls towards heaven by you do grow. Then, if you can so well agree to continue together all three, and all you three obey one will, then all your minds you may fulfil. As if ye came all to one man, who should go pilgrimage more than he can. And in that ye, Palmer, as deputy, may clearly discharge him, pardy.
Yeah.
And for all other sins, once had contrition, your pardons giveth him full remission.
Right.
And then ye, Master Pothecary, may send them to heaven, by and by.
If he taste this box nigh about the prime, by the mass, he's in heaven ere evensong time. My craft is such that I can right well send my friends to heaven and myself to hell.
Dear God preserve
But,
us.
sirs, mark this Peddler, for he is wise. Who could devise such a device? For if we three may be as one, then be we lords, every one. Between us all could not be missed to save the souls of whom we list. But for good order, at a word, twain of us must wait on the third. And unto that I do agree, for both you twain, Palmer, Pardoner, shall wait on me.
Oh, what chance is this? That such an elf command two knaves beside himself? Nay, my friend, that will not be. I am too good to wait on thee. What say thee, Master Palmer?
By Our Lady, and I would be loath to wait on the better of you both.
Yet be ye sure, for all this doubt, this waiting must be brought about. Men cannot prosper wilfully led, all things decay where is no head. Wherefore, doubtless, mark what I say. To one of you three twain must obey. And since you cannot agree in voice, who shall be head, there is no choice but to devise some manner thing, wherein ye all be like conning. And in the same, who can do best, the other twain do make them prest. In everything of his intent, wholly to be at commandment. And now have I found one mastery, that ye all can do indifferently, and is neither selling nor buying, but even only very lying.
Oh.
And all ye three can lie as well as can the falsest devil in hell. And though afore ye heard me grudge in greater matters to be your judge, yet in lying I have some skill. And if I shall be judge, I will.
Right.
And be ye sure, without flattery, where my conscience findeth the mastery, there shall my judgment straight be found, though I might win £1,000.
Sir Peddler, for lying though I can do it, yet I am loath for to go to it.
Ye, Palmer, have no cause for fear. Be bold, for ye may here lie uncontrolled. And ye, Pardoner, in this have good advantage, for lying is your common usage.
Right.
And you, Pothecary, in lying be well sped, for all your craft to stand in falsehood. You need not care who shall begin, for each of you may hope to win. Now, speak all three even as ye find. Be ye agreed to follow my mind?
Yea, by my troth, I am content.
Well, now, in good faith, and I assent.
If I denied, I were a noddy, for all is mine, by God's body.
If ye, Pothecary, win this mastery, I will obey you quietly, and sure I think that quietness in any man is great riches.
By that boast, Palmer, thou seemest a beggar indeed.
Hey,
What can thy quietness help us at need? If we should starve, thou hast not, I think, 1 penny to buy us 1 pot of drink. Nay, if riches might rule the roost, behold what cause I have to boast. Lo, here be pardons 6 for ghostly riches they have no cousin. And moreover to me they bring sufficient succour for my living. And here be relics of such a kind as in this world no man can find. Kneel down, all three. And when you leave kissing, who lists to otter shall have my blessing. Friends, here shall you see even anon of All Hallows the blessed jawbone. Kiss it hardly with good devotion.
Partner, this kiss shall bring us much promotion, for by St. Saviour, I never kissed a worse. He would as good kiss All Hallows' arse, for by All Hallows, yet me thinketh that All Hallows' breath stinketh.
Ye judge All Hallows' breath unknown? Oh, if any breath stink, it is your own.
I know mine own breath from All Hallows, or else it were time to kiss the gallows.
Nay, sirs, behold, here may ye see the great toe of the Trinity.
Who to this toe any money voweth, and once may roll it in his mouth, all of his life after, I undertake, he shall never be vexed with the toothache.
Wow. I pray you turn that relic about. Either the Trinity have the gout, or else, because it is 3 toes in one, God made it as much as 3 toes alone.
Well, let that pass, and look upon this. Here is a relic that doth not miss to help the least as well as the most. This is the backbone of Pentecost.
Oh, by Christ, and yet for all your boast, this relic hath beshitten the roast.
Mark well this relic. Which one? Here is a whipper. My friends, unfeigned, here is a slipper of one of the 7 sleepers, be sure. Doubtless this kiss shall do you great pleasure. For all these 2 days it shall so ease you that none other savours shall displease you.
All these 2 days? Nay, all these 2 years. For all the savours that may come here can be no worse. For at a word, one of the 7 sleepers trodden a turd.
Sir, me think your devotion is but small.
Small? Oh, marry me think ye have none at all.
What the devil care I what you think? Shall I praise relics when they stink?
Here is an eye tooth of the Great Turk, whose eyes be once set on this piece of work may happily lease part of his eyesight, but not till he be blind outright.
Whatsoever any other man seeth, I have no devotion unto Turk's teeth. For although I never saw a greater, yet methinketh I have seen many better.
Here is a box full of humblebees, that sting Eve as she sat on her knees, tasting the fruit to her forbidden. Who kisseth the bees within this hidden shall have as much pardon of right as for any relic he kissed this night.
Sir, I will kiss them with all my heart.
Kiss them again, Palmer, and take my part, for I am not worthy. Nay, let be. Those bees that stung Eve shall not sting me.
Good friends, I have yet here in this glass, which on the drink at the wedding was of Adam and Eve, undoubtedly, if ye honour this relic devoutly, although ye thirst no whit the less, yet shall ye drink the more doubtless, after which drinking ye shall be as meet to stand on your head as on your feet.
Yea, marry, partner, now I can you thank. In presence of this, the rest be blank. Would God this relic had come, rather. Kiss that relic well, good Father Palmer. Such is the pain that ye Palmers take to kiss the pardon bowl for the drink's sake. Oh, holy yeast, that looketh full sour and stale, for God's body help me to a cup of ale. The more I behold thee, the more I thirst. The oftener I kiss thee, the more like to burst. But since I kiss thee so devoutly, hire me and help me with drink till I die. What, so much praying and so little speed?
Yea, for God knoweth when it is need to send folks drink. But by St. Anthony, I ween he hath sent you too much already.
If I have, never the more for thee. Then be thy relics no riches to me, nor to thyself, partner, except they be more beneficial than I can see. Richer is one box of this triacle than all thy relics that do no miracle. If thou hadst prayed but half so much to me as I have prayed to thy relics and thee, nothing concerning mine occupation, but straight should have wrought one operation. And as in value I pass you an ace, so here lieth much richness in little space. I have a box of rhubarb here, which is as dainty as it is dear. So help me God and Halidom, of this I would not give a dram to the best friend I have in England's ground, though he would give me £20. For though the stomach do it a bore, it purgeth you clean from the collar, and maketh your stomach sore to Walter, that ye shall never come to the halter.
Then is that medicine a sovereign thing to preserve a man from hanging?
If ye will taste but this crumb ye see, if ever ye be hanged, never trust me. Here have I diapomfolicus, a special ointment as doctors discuss for a fistula or for a canker. This ointment is even shot anchor, for this medicine helpeth one another, or bringeth them in case they need no other. Here is a syrupus de Byzancis. A little thing is enough of this, for even the weight of one scruple shall make you as strong as a cripple. Here are others, as Dios Vialios, Diagalanga and Staccados, Blanca, manna, dios politikon, Mercury sublime and metridadicon, pellitory and asphetita, cassie and coloquintita. These be the things that break all strife between man's sickness and his life. From all pain these shall you deliver, and set you even at rest forever. Here is a medicine, no more like the same, which commonly is called thus by name, alicacabus or alcakengi. Goodly thing for dogs that be mangy. Such be these medicines, that I can help a dog as well as a man. Not one thing here particularly, but worketh universally. For it doth me as much good when I sell it as all the buyers that taste it or smell it. Now, since my medicines be so special, and in one operation so general, and ready to work whensoever they shall, so that in riches I am principal. If any reward may entreat ye, I beseech your maship, be good to me, and ye shall have a box of marmalade, so fine that you may dig it with a spade.
Sir, I thank you, but your reward is not the thing that I regard. I must and will be indifferent, wherefore proceed in your intent.
Now, if I wist this wish no sin, I would to God I might begin.
I am content that thou, Pothecary, lie first.
Even so am I. Now say thy worst. Now let us hear of all thy lies the greatest lie thou mayest devise, and in the fewest words thou can.
Forsooth, ye Palmer be an honest man.
There said ye much, but yet no lie.
Now lie ye both by our lady. Thou Palmer liest in boast of his honesty, and he, the Pothecary, hath lied in a firm indeed.
If we both lie, and ye Pardoner say true, then of these lies your part adieu. And if ye win, make none avaunt, for you are sure of one ill servant. You may perceive by the words the Palmer gave, he taketh your maship but for knave. But who told truth, or lied indeed, that will I know ere we proceed. Sir Palmer, after that I first began to praise you for an honest man, when ye affirmed it for no lie, now, by your faith, speak even truly, thought ye your affirmation true?
Yea, marry, for I would ye knew, I think myself an honest man.
What thought ye, Pardoner, in the contrary then?
In that I said the contrary, I think from truth I did not vary.
And what of my words?
I thought ye lied.
And so thought I, by God that died. Now have you twain each for himself laid, that none hath lied, but both true said. And of us twain none hath denied, but both affirmed that I have lied. Now, since both ye the truth confess, how that I lied do bear witness, that twain of us three may soon agree, and that the liar the winner must be. Who could provide such evidence as I have done in this pretence? Methinketh this matter sufficient, to cause you, Peddler, to give judgment, and to give me the mastery, for ye perceive these knaves cannot lie.
Though neither of us yet had lied, yet what we can do is untried, for as yet we have devised nothing, but answered you and given you hearing.
Therefore, I have devised one way whereby all three your minds may say. For each of you one tale shall tell, and which of you telleth most marvel and most unlikest to be true shall most prevail, whatever ensue. Right, Pothecary.
Peddler, if ye be set on marvelling, then shall ye hear a marvellous thing. And though indeed all be not true, yet sure the most part shall be new. I did a cure no longer ago.
I did a cure no longer ago, but in Anno Domini millesimo, on a woman young and so fair that never have I seen a gayer. God save all women of that likeness. This wanton had the falling sickness, which by descent came lineally, for her mother had it naturally. Wherefore this woman to recure it was more hard, ye may be sure, but though I boast my craft is such that in such things I can do much, how oft she fell were much to report. But her head so giddy and her belly so short that with the twinkling of an eye down would she fall even by and by. But
ere she would arise again, I showed much practice, much to my pain, for the tallest man within this town should not with ease have broken her sound. Although for life I did not doubt her, yet I did take more pains about her than I would take with my own sister. Sir, at the last I gave her a glister. I thrust a tampion in her tool, and bade her keep it for a jewel. But I knew there it was too heavy to carry, that I sure was it would not tarry, for where gunpowder is once fired, the tampion will no longer be hired. Which was well seen in time of this chance, for when I had charged this ordnance, suddenly, as it had thundered, even at a clap, she loosed her bumbeard. Now mark, for here beginneth the revel. This tampion flew 10 long mile level to a fair castle of lime and stone. For strength I knew not such a one, which stood upon a hill full high, at foot whereof a river ran by, so deep, till chance had it forbidden, well might the regent there have ridden. But when this tampion at this castle did light, it put the castle so fair to flight, that down they came, each upon other, no stone left standing, by God's mother, but rolled down so fast the hill in such a number, and so did fill from bottom to brim, from shore to shore, this foresaid river so deep before, that who list now to walk thereto may wade it over and wet no shoe. So was this castle laid wide open, that every man might see the token. But in a good hour may these words be spoken, after the tampion on the walls was roken, and piece by piece in pieces broken. And she delivered with such violence of all her inconvenience. I left her in good health and lust, and so she doth continue, I trust.
Sir Pothecary, in your cure I can nothing tell, but to our purpose you have said well. Partner.
Right. Well, sir, then mark what I can say. I have been a pardoner many a day, and done greater cures ghostly than he ever did bodily. Namely, this one, which ye shall hear, of one departed within this 7 year. A friend of mine, and likewise I, to her again was as friendly, who fell so sick so suddenly, that dead she was even by and by, and never spake with priest nor clerk, nor had no wit of this holy work. For I was thence, it could not be, yet heard I say she asked for me. But when I bethought me how this chanced, and that I have to heaven advanced so many souls to me but strangers, and could not keep my friend from dangers, but she to die so dangerously, for her soul health especially, that was the thing that grieved me so, that nothing could release my woe, till I had tried even out of hand in what estate her soul did stand. For which trial, short tale to make, I took this journey for her sake. Give ear, for here beginneth the story. From hence I went to purgatory, and took with me this gear in my fist, whereby I may do there what I list. I knocked, and was let in quickly, but Lord, how low the souls made curtsy. And I, to every soul again, did give a beck them to retain, and asked them this question, Nan, if that the soul of such a woman did late among them there appear? Whereto they said, she came not here. Then feared I much it was not well. Alas, thought I, she is in hell. For with her life I was so acquainted, that sure I thought she was not sainted. With this it chanced me to sneeze. Christ help, quoth a soul that lay for his fees. Those words, quoth I, thou shalt not lease. Then with these pardons of all degrees I paid his toll, and set him so quiet that straight to heaven he took his flight. and I am from thence to hell that night, to help this woman if I might, not as who saith by authority, but by the way of entreaty. And first to the devil that kept the gate I came, and spake after this rate. All hail, Sir Devil, and made low curtsy. Welcome, quoth he, thus smilingly. He knew me well, and I at last remembered him since long time past. For, as good hap would have it chance, this devil and I were of old acquaintance. For oft, in the play of Corpus Christi, he hath played the devil at Coventry. By his acquaintance and my behaviour, he showed to me right friendly favour. And to make my return the shorter, I said to this devil, Good Master Porter, for all old love, if it lie in your power, help me to speak with my lord and your.
Be sure,
Quoth he,
no tongue can tell what time thou couldst have come so well. For as on this day Lucifer fell, which is our festival in hell. Nothing unreasonable crave this day, that shall in hell have any nay, but yet beware thou come not in, till time thou may thy passport win. Wherefore stand still, and I will wit, if I can get thy safe conduit.
He tarried not, but shortly got it under seal, and the devil's hand at it in ample wise, as ye shall hear. Thus it began. Lucifer. By the power of God, chief devil of hell, to all the devils that there do dwell, and every of them we send greeting, under straight charge and commanding, that they aiding and assistant be to such a partner, and name me, so that he may at liberty pass safe without any jeopardy, till that he be from us extinct and clearly out of hell's precinct. And as his pardon to keep in safeguard, we will thy lie in the porter's ward, given in the furnace of our palace, in our high court of matters of malice, such a day and year of our reign, etc., etc., etc. God save the devil, quoth I trust this writing to be sure.
Then put thy trust,
Quoth he,
in your, since thou art sure to take no harm.
This devil and I walked arm in arm so far till he had brought me thither, where all the devils of hell together stood in array in such apparel, as for that day their meatly fell, their halls well gilt, their claws full clean, their towels well kempt, and, as I ween, with softery butter their bodies anointed. Oh, I never saw devils so well appointed. The master devil sat in his jacket, and all the souls were playing at racket. No other rackets they had in hand, save every soul a good firebrand, wherewith they played so prettily that Lucifer laughed merrily. And all the residue of the fiends did laugh full well together like friends. But of my friend I saw no whit, nor durst not ask for her as yet. Anon, all this rout was brought in silence, and I by an usher brought in presence of Lucifer. Then lo, as well I could I kneeled, which he so well allowed, that thus he begged, and by St. Anthony he smiled on me well favouredly, bending his brows as broad as barn doors, shaking his ears as rugged as burrs, rolling his eyes as round as 2 bushels, flashing the fire out of his nose frills, gnashing his teeth so vaingloriously that methought time to fall to flattery, wherewith I told as I shall tell. O pleasant picture, O prince of hell, shooted in fashion abominable, and since that is inestimable for me to praise thee worthily, I leave of praise as unworthy to give thee praise, beseeching thee to hear my suit, and then to be so good to grant the thing I crave. And to be short, this would I have, the soul of one which hither is flitted, delivered hence, and to me remitted. And in this doing, though all be not quit, yet in some part I shall deserve it, as thus I am a pardoner. And over souls as a controller, throughout the earth my power doth stand, where many a soul lieth on my hand, that speed in matters as I use them, as I receive them or refuse them. Whereby, what time thy pleasure is, I shall require any part of this. The least devil here that can come thither shall choose a soul and bring him hither.
Ho, ho,
Quoth the devil.
we are well pleased. What is his name thou wouldst have eased?
Nay, quoth I, be it good or evil, my coming is for a she-devil.
What callest her,
Quoth he.
thou whoreson?
Forsooth, quoth I, Marjorie Courser.
Now by our honour,
Said Lucifer.
no devil in hell shall withhold her. And if thou wouldest have 20 mo, were it not for justice, they should go, for all we devils within this den have more to do with 2 women than with all the charge we have beside. Wherefore, if thou, our friend, will be tried, apply thy pardons to women so, that unto us there come no more.
To do my best I promised by oath, which I have kept, for, as the faith goeth, at this day to heaven I do procure 10 women to 1 man, be sure. Then of Lucifer my leave I took, and straight unto the master cook I was had into the kitchen, for Marjorie's office was therein. All things handled there discreetly, for every soul beareth office meetly, which might be seen to see her sit so busily turning of the spit. For many a spit here hath she turned, and many a good spit hath she burned, and many a spitful hot hath toasted, before the meat could be half roasted. And ere the meat were half roasted indeed, I took her then through the spit with speed. But when she saw this brought to pass, to tell the joy wherein she was, and of all the devils for joy how they did roar at her delivery, and how the chains in hell did ring, and how all the souls therein did sing, and how we were brought to the gate, and how we took our leave thereat, be sure lack of time suffereth not to rehearse the 20th part of that.
Wherefore, this tale to conclude briefly, this woman thanked me chiefly that she was rid of this endless death, and so we departed on Newmarket Eve. And if there any man do mind her, who lists to seek her, there shall he find her.
Sir Pardoner, you have sought her wonders well, and where you found her, as ye tell, to hear the chant ye had in hell, I find ye were in great peril.
His tale is all much perilous, but part is much more marvellous, as where he said the devils complain that women put them to such pain. Be their condition so crooked and crabbed, frowardly fashioned so wayward and rabbed, so far in division and stirring such strife that all the devils be weary of their life, this in effect he told for truth. Whereby much marvel to me ensueth that women in hell such shrews can be, and here so gentle as far as I see. Yet have I seen many a mile and many a woman in the while, not one good city, town, or borough in Christendom, but I have been thorough, and this I would ye should understand. I have seen women 500,000, and oft with them have long time tarried. Yet in all places where I have been, of all the women that I have seen, I never saw nor knew in my conscience any one woman out of patience.
By the mass, there is a great lie.
I never heard a greater, by our lady.
A greater? Nay, know ye any so great?
Sir Peddler, whether that I lose or get, for my part judgement shall be prayed.
And I desire, as he has said.
Proceed, Peddler, and ye shall be obeyed.
Then shall not judgment be delayed. Of all these 3, if each man's tale in Paul's churchyard was set on sale, in some man's hand that hath the slight, he should sure sell these tales by weight. For as they weigh, so be they worth. But which weigheth best? To that now forth. Sir Pothecary, all the tale that ye did tell I bear in mind, and yours, Pardoner, as well. And as ye saw the matter meetly, so lied ye both well and discreetly. Yet were your lies, Pothecary, with the least, trust me. For if ye had said ye had made flee 10 champions out of 10 women's tales, 10 times 10 miles to 10 castles or jails, and filled 10 rivers 10 times so deep as 10 of that which your castle stones did keep, or if ye, Pardoner, 10 times had bodily fet 10 souls out of purgatory, and 10 times so many out of hell, Yet by these 10 bones I could right well 10 times sooner all that have believed than the 10th part of that he hath meaved.
2 knaves before 1 lacketh 2 knaves and 5, then 1 and then 1, and both knaves alive, then 2 and then 2, and 3 at a cast. Thou knave, and thou knave, and thou knave at last. Nay, Peddler, if you try me by number, I will as knavishly you accumber. Your mind is all on your privy tithe, for all in 10 methinketh your wit lieth. Now 10 times I beseech him that high sits, thy wife's 10 commandments may search thy 5 wits. Then 10 of my turds in 10 of thy teeth, and 10 on thy nose, which every man seeth, and 20 times 10 this wish I would, that thou hadst been hanged at 10 year old, for thou goest about to make me a slave. I will thou know that I am a gentle knave, and here is another shall take my part. Pardoner?
Nay, first I'd beshrew your knave's art. Ere I take part in your knavery, I will speak fair by Our Lady. Sir, Peddler, I beseech your maship to be as good as ye can be unto me.
I would be glad to do you good, and him also, be he ever so would. But doubt you not, I will now do the thing my conscience leadeth me to. Both your tales I take for impossible, yet take I his father incredible. Not only the thing itself alloweth it, but also the boldness thereof avoweth it. I know not where your tale to try, Pothecary, nor yours, Pardoner, but in hell or purgatory. But his boldness hath faced a lie that may be tried even in this company. As if ye list to take this order among the women in this border. Take 3 of the youngest and 3 of the oldest. 3 of the hottest and 3 of the coldest, 3 of the wisest and 3 of the shrewdest. 3 of the chastest and 3 of the lewdest. 3 of the lowest and 3 of the highest. 3 of the farthest, 3 of the nighest, and 3 of the fairest and 3 of the maddest. 3 of the foulest, 3 of the saddest. And when all these 3s be had asunder, of each 3, 2, justly by number, shall be found shrews, except this fool that ye hap to find them shrews all. Himself, the palmer, for truth all this doth know, and oft hath tried some of this row. And yet he sweareth by his conscience he never saw woman break patience. Wherefore, considered with true intent, his lie to be so evident, and to appear so evidently that both you affirmed it a lie, and that my conscience so deep hath sought this thing to try, and tried it with mind indifferent, thus I award by way of judgment of all the lies ye all have spent, the palmer's lie to be most excellent. Well, he is.
Sir Peddler, though ye were bound of equity to do as ye have done to me, yet do I thank you of your pain, and will requite some part again.
Marry, sir, ye can no less do, but thank him as much as it cometh to. And so will I do for my part, now a vengeance on thy knave's heart. I never knew a peddler a judge before, nor never will trust peddling knave more. What doest thou there, thou whoreson noddy?
By the mass, learn to make curtsy before, and curtsy behind him, and then on each side the devil blind him. Nay, when ye have it perfectly, ye shall have the devil and all of curtsy. But he's not soon learned, gentle brother, one knave to make curtsy to another. Yet when I am angry, that is the worst. I shall call my master knave at the first.
Then would some master perhaps clout ye. But as for me, ye need not doubt me, for I had liever be without ye than have such business about me.
So help me God. So, were ye better? What, should a beggar be a jetter? It were no whit your honesty to have us twain jet after ye.
Sir, be you sure he telleth you true? If we should wait, this would ensue. It would be said, trust me at a word, 2 knaves may curtsy to the 3rd.
Now, Palmer, by my troth, to speak my mind, since they be so loath to be assigned, to let them lose I think it best, and so shall ye live the better in rest.
Sir, I am not on them so fond to compel them to keep their bond, and since the Pardoner and Pothecary list not to wait on me, I clearly of waiting do discharge ye.
Marry, sir, I heartily thank you.
And likewise I, to God I vow.
Now be ye all even as ye began. No man hath lost, nor no man hath won. Yet in the debate wherewith ye began, by way of advice, I will speak as I can. I do perceive that pilgrimage is the chief thing the Palmer have in usage, whereto in effect, for the love of Christ, ye have or should have been enticed. And who so doth with such intent doth well declare his time well spent. And so do ye, partner, in your pretence, if ye procure thus indulgence unto your neighbours charitably for love of them in God only. All this may be right well applied to show you both well occupied. For though ye walk not both one way, yet walking thus, this dare I say, that both your walks come to one end. And so, for all that do pretend by aid of God's grace to ensue any man a kind of virtue, as some great alms for to give, some in wilful poverty to live, some to make highways and such like works, and some to maintain priests and clerks to sing and pray for souls departed. These, with all other virtues well marked, although they be of sundry kinds, yet be they not used with sundry minds. But as God only doth all those move, so every man only for his love, with love and dread obediently, worketh in these virtues uniformly. Thus, every virtue, if we list to scan, is pleasant to God and thankful to man. And who, that by grace of the Holy Ghost to any one virtue is moved most, that man by that grace that one apply, and therein serve God most plentifully. Yet not that one so far wide to rest, so like on the same to mislike the rest. For whoso resteth his work is in vain. And even in that case I perceive you twain, Palmer and Pardner, liking your virtue in such wise that each other's virtue you do despise. Who walketh this way for God would find him, the farther they seek him, the farther behind him. One kind of virtue to despise another is like as the sister might hang the brother.
Well, for fear lest such perils to me might fall, I thank God I use no virtue at all.
That is of all the very worst way. For more hard it is, as I have heard say, to begin virtue where none is pretended, than where it is begun, the abuse to be mended. Howbeit, ye Pothecary, be not all to begin. One sign of virtue ye are entered in. As this I suppose ye did say true, in that ye said ye use no virtue. In the which words I dare well report, you are well beloved of all this sort, by your railings here openly, at pardons and relics so lewdly.
In that I think my fault not great, for all that he have I know counterfeit.
For his and all others that ye know feigned, ye be neither counselled nor constrained to any such thing in any such case, to give any reverence in any such place. But where ye doubt the truth not knowing, believing the best, good may be growing. In judging the best, no harm at the least. In judging the worst, no good at the best. But best in these things it seemeth to me to make no judgment upon ye. But as the church doth judge or take them, so do ye receive or forsake them. And so be you sure ye cannot err, but may be a fruitful follower.
Go ye before, and as I am true man, I will follow as fast as I can.
And so will I, for he hath said so well, reason would we should follow his counsel.
Then to our reason God give us his grace, that we may follow with faith so firmly his commandments, that we may purchase his love, and so consequently to believe his church fast and faithfully, so that we may according to his promise be kept out of error in any wise, and all that have scaped us here by negligence will clearly revoke and forsake it. To pass the time in this without offence was the cause why the Maker did make it, and so we humbly beseech you take it, beseeching our Lord to prosper you all in the faith of his church universal. I've missed my train. Bugger.
The next interlude to arrive at platform 3 will be a play of love.